What it do, Space Crew? It's time. It's time to take care of this and this and this. That's right. The yarn is piled up so much that I have to do something about it. I don't even have the storage space ready for it. The thing I wanted to do with it is not set up yet, but I'm going to at least sort them by color and then put them in bins so that I can get it organized in some sense, because it's just blown up. And this is just because I did a restock. A lot of these are kind of already sorted by color, but as you can see, the totes just blew up. There's look at this. They've ripped. They don't zip up anymore. They're torn. I've just grown out of this. And these over here are either completely new ones for colors that I needed again, or people's stashes that I bought and they were destashing. So I do have a good section of secondhand yarn that I'm gonna go through and wash some of them. And since I usually make small items, getting yarn secondhand is fine because I don't really need full skeins all the time. But yeah, here we go. So you might be wondering, why do I need this much yarn? And the answer to that is when I get these secondhand boxes, one of the things that comes up is you get a bunch of colors that you probably wouldn't have picked if you bought them yourself. And I don't know if I'm going to try and destash those, or actually I don't really think so, because one of the things that I do end up doing is I will take a bunch of colors and put them together, and I will make a big chain out of them. I just take a big crochet hook and 4 strands at a time, and we'll chain it up into a ball and then make a project out of that. So that's another way to cut down your stash. If you're trying to destash, you don't really want to give them away, you want to use your colors, you can do that. Now, I don't necessarily sell those products, but I do like what comes out of them, and maybe I just make something simple like blankets or gloves. So we'll see what happens with these colors. So there are a couple of colors in here that I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So one of the things about buying secondhand, you end up with stuff like this. So I'm going to have to go through and separate all these. And I was hoping to kind of get to doing that after I sorted the colors out, which is why some of them I didn't really take the time to wrap, because my plan is to sort the colors, then go through each color, see which ones need to be washed so I can wash each color together with the other similar colors, or ravel them up and then wash them. But I will have to go through this box first, so let's get to that after I eat. This was that yarn ball, by the way, after I cut everything out of it. So I'm just gonna throw this in the wash too and chop it all up, and it'll make great stuffing. This box had a bunch of those little bits of ends and just, you know, like small pieces. So I have them separated over here and in a plastic bag, which is how I do mine anyway. And I don't usually sort these by color, I just keep all the small bits in one bag and then use them as I need them. But the person that I got this from already rolled them up, and everything in this box has been rolled and washed and cleaned. And they even wrote me a little thank you note too. It's not every day that you get a box like this. You know, usually when you get secondhand, it's that other box I had where you have to go through it and everything's a mess and it's all tangled, and it's just, you open it and it's a big yikes. So I greatly appreciate this box. Thanks so much for that one. It's at this point that my phone stopped recording because the battery was low, so it did cut out a part of me sorting through this box, but you know, we can skip through that. Here we are. All of our color sections. I put the black and gray together because they were small enough, and I put the orange and red together. Shout out to orange for being the least used color apparently. Got the second half of my pink box and the first half of my pink box. Just my purples, my yellows. These are all mixed colors that don't quite fit in somewhere. And that's the rest of that box there. All my greens are in here. All my white and cream natural colors. So yeah, I am going to stop here for now because the next step after this would be to go through each box and ravel them up. Take the ones that are unraveled, roll them back up, and then sort which ones need to be cleaned. And I have been saying, you know, for a while through this video, oh, I'll clean these ones, I'll clean this one. So what I mean is, depending on what the yarn is, I will either hand wash them or I will machine wash them if they're fine. And machine washing isn't that difficult actually. What you really will need is some tights, which you just get at the dollar store. Just get some cheap tights and stuff your skeins into there, and then you're going to put them in either a hand wash setting or a delicate setting depending on what it is you have, and then you dry them on your delicate setting. You could dry them again because they're most likely not going to be fully dry in the middle, but I recommend at that point you take them out and let them air dry. If it's dry enough, like if it's still very wet, then put it in again. But especially with acrylics, you're gonna really need to watch it, which I have a lot of acrylics. That's mostly what I work with, so I will watch those as I'm drying them and see if they're okay. But I'm not really going to show any of my washing because that's going to take a long time. It's a very long process to go through every single one of these, especially for the ones I need to hand wash. But if anyone wants to see, I will link videos in the description for hand washing and machine washing your yarn. And that, we're done for now. This is gonna stay like this for a bit because the spots where this is gonna go is not ready. But I will close the lids on some of these and tuck them away for now. And I'm glad that I at least got this done. So that's it. I've gone through all of the colors so far, and I'm not going to put them away or anything because there's nowhere to put them away yet. Once I get that figured out and all organized, I'll put these colors away somewhere in some cubby holes or something. But for now, they're gonna stay in these boxes, but now I can access the colors. Because one of the problems I was running into was I would have colors that I would keep buying more colors, even though I knew I probably had these colors in these boxes, but I just didn't have it sorted. So I would just keep buying another color, like white for instance. I have this whole box of white, as I would run out of it. So I was like, okay, I finally need to go through this because I'm wasting money on stuff I already have. And I actually do go through these colors very fast, so I do need a lot of this yarn. Like a lot of people like to joke about having just yarn that they don't use because they're pretty colors, but I actually do kick through these colors very fast, especially since I make multiple things at once, even though they're small, or if I'm making items that require long tubes, like my browns get decimated quickly because I use the browns as cake-based colors, or pastry colors, so I will be replenishing those very quickly. But at least for now, I most likely won't be buying much yarn for a few months. Hey, maybe I might even make it to the rest of this year without having to buy more yarn because I have so much yarn now. And then once this is cut down again, I'll do another big yarn buy. So I'm glad that I got this all done now. And I have some more projects I need to do because some things need to get restocked because out of season items were getting bought. So I'm going to have to restock those for later. And I have some new projects coming up. Like I have some space themed things I want to get to. So I have all that sparkly yarn I wanted to touch. So yeah, that's it. I'm all done here. So I will see you again later. Bye.